paid like 1,200 in my credit card debt. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and in this channel I share all about my life living abroad, personal finance, and dabbling a little bit about immigration here in Canada as international student. If you like that kind of vlog, a vlog that's chatty, just chill vibes, well, you've come into the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So today, I'm going to share with you the review of my finance for the first quarter of the year. If you haven't seen this vlog, I share with you my goals for the year, what am I gonna need to do to fix my finances, basically the mess that I made, how I'm gonna try and fix that. So if you watch that, you'll get a more sense of what I'm talking about here, but you don't have to watch it. I'm going to share with you whatever it is. So the agenda for today is, first, I'm going to introduce myself, a little bit context of what the hell am I doing. And then second is, I'm going to share with you the goals for this quarter, something that I'm not proud of, and something that I am proud of for this quarter in financial aspects. After that, we are going to go and review my January, my February, and my March. When I say review, we're going to look at my budget tracker. If you want to see my budget tracker, you can also click the link below. I'm going to share with you how much is my income, how much is my expenses, how much did I save, did I invest, and how much did I pay for my debt. So that review. And then after that, I'm going to share with you how I feel after looking at that review, and basically we're going to figure out if did I hit my goal, did I not hit my goal, how can I be better for the next quarter, what kind of goals that I need to set for the next quarter. And then I'm gonna close that out. So I'm sharing this with you not to brag, because there's literally nothing to brag about in my finances right now, and it's a shit show. I'm sharing this with you so that you could learn from my mistake. You can learn from what are my process, and you can learn from the tactics that I'm doing right now. And maybe you know much better, maybe you know something else that I could try, and I'm really open to learn to learn. So please do comment in the comment section below if you also have this kind of the same experience with me. And of course, I have my budget tracker that really helped me out from my past year, like 2 years, that I built that tracker, and now I could literally breathe a system out of it. So maybe you can also benefit from that. So that's why I'm sharing this with you all. Okay, let's be a rich bitch together forever. Okay, let's start. To give you a context, my name is Kath, as I mentioned. I am 27 years old, going to 28 in the next month. This is April, right? Okay, next month in May. I moved to Canada in 2019. I'm living with my partner right now in this condo, and I have a dog. We have a dog. I have a credit card debt, and I really don't have dependent. And for my income, I work 9 to 5 in my corporate job, and then I have like an on-call casual jobs for events, which I don't really normally earn money in the wintertime. It's only just summer and sometimes December. And then another thing is I earn money from being financial professional. So if you're looking for life insurance, for accidental and sickness insurances, opening up a TFSA, RSP, FHSA, I also do that. I have a bunch of clients already, like just slowly building it up. So my goal for this first quarter is obviously first, and the priority is to pay consistently $800 in my credit card debt. Because to give you shed of light, I had 12,000 credit card debt. It has been really quite challenging, frustrating, because yeah, it's just frustrating. I don't know when am I gonna explain how did that happen, but I am going to at some point. So next is I wanted to add or save 1 month worth of emergency fund, and for me that 1 month worth is 3,000. How did I get that number? Average of my variable expenses and my bills and stuff, like the normal expenses. That's where I find that threshold 3,000, and I also put like a little bit of space there, $200 or $300, just in case. I always say just in case. I always have the just in case money because I fucked myself up in the last year. So I learned, and it's so important to have emergency fund. And then third is to save at least $350 in my TFSA. I don't like to put so much pressure on me on my first quarter because it's winter time, and I know it's always hard for me during winter time. Because in the past I worked in wedding and events, and I don't really have a lot of jobs during winter, and it's really hard. And then my partner, he works as masonry, and masonry jobs, they are mostly just busy during summer fall time. So just like him, we're both seasonal. So winter is a really hard time for us. That's why I moved to corporate jobs so that it's consistent. And I think it's much better for us right now. He's starting his business while he's also doing a 9 to 5. So I think that for me that I have this like consistent pay, even though in winter time it really helps us a lot. Especially I've seen that this year. Next is we are going to answer the question, something that I'm not proud of with my first quarter. Something that I am not proud of is I touched my emergency fund. But actually, that's also something I am proud of because I was able to save up for emergency fund, that I'm able to help with the bills here in our house when my boyfriend's job is very seasonal. There was a point that he got laid off for a little bit, and I was able to help on that time frame. And I don't mind because my partner has always been really helpful for me. He's been paying most of our bills in this house, and just a couple of $100. I can give more if I have more. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of that. I was able to save up emergency fund, but I'm not proud of it because I took away from that emergency fund too. So it's hard to accept that I touched my emergency fund because I really did my best to save up at least 2 months of worth of expense there, and now it's like half a month left. So it was really hard to accept that, but again, I saved up for that moment. So yeah, another thing that I'm not really proud of is I did not earn from my financial services profession because I don't know. I just feel like I'm not doing my best in this part. But then looking at other things with my career, with my 9 to 5, I am doing so much. And my boss, my managers are happy for me. I got this young professional nominee, and it's just maybe that's not my time right now. But again, I wanted to be able to earn from that profession because I got my license. I did all of this hard work so I can literally service more people. I do have some leads, so that's great. Yeah. Okay, so another thing that I'm proud of is I was consistently able to put something in my in TFSA, even though it's not that big. I'm able to put it, and I felt like it become a hobby to me already from last year, because last year literally $10-$20 I put it in my TFSA just so I build that hobby. Another thing that I'm proud of is I'm able to consistently track my expenses into this budget template that I've created, and it was really helpful for me to manage my anxiety with finances. So yeah, that's something I'm proud of and something that I'm not proud of mixed together. I hope you understand what I just rambled about. Anywho, let's go to the month review. I am going to share my screen with you guys. So this is my budget tracker that I am telling you all about. This is my own, but you can find it in the link in my description box below. This is just the main page where I put all the categories, my income, my debt, my saving investment, And then expenses category. This part is my 2025 financial goal. As you can see, this is my goal, 10,000 to pay off my credit card bills. I wanted to have at least 2,000 in my TFSA, and then I wanted to save 2,500 for buying a ticket to go home. And then I wanted my emergency fund to be 3,500 so that by next year, winter time, it won't be that hard again. And I know Colton's trying his best to save up on his own for his business. So this is just emoji. I love emoji. Like as you can see here, lots of emojis. This lots of emojis. Here are just sample of categories that you can use, like for income, full-time job, part-time job, freelance. So for me, I added where did I get all, like what companies. Okay, so that's the first just summary. So now we're gonna go to January. This is how it looks like. I don't know if I can zoom out. This is how it looks like. Okay, so January total income is 6,800. This is like so much more than I expected. It's because, oh right, because January has 3 paydays, so that's why this is so much. I'm like, I don't really get this much, but yeah, this is 3 paychecks. That is why it's this big. But normally it's not 6K. This is not the normal ones. This is 3 paycheck. And then for other jobs that I have, like for example, fashion design, it did not earn anything. With my financial stuff, my financial services, I earned $127. What I like to do is input how much I earn for bi-weekly basis, because I earn bi-weekly for my 9 to 5 job, obviously. So I put first week and then second week that I earn. But this one, I have 3 paychecks, which doesn't normally happen. So I just added the other paycheck here in bi-weekly, number 2. Okay, and then you can add a date of when did you receive the money here. So what I really like about this tracker is the total each month, because that means I need to only, or each week, I need to only spend this much for the full 2 weeks. And I need to budget things out for that full 2 weeks. So that is really helpful. And as you can see here, it will show you the breakdown of where your money came from. The needs and wants are separated for expenses. So mostly my needs are the rent, the grocery, like the needs, like really needed to be alive, to survive in this freaking expensive country. So this is the needs. And then the wants is just, shopping, dine out, a very like a variable kind of expenses that you don't really need. That you can survive not going out, but it'll be nice, Okay. All right. So here, rent. I always budget because my portion of the rent is 1,200. So we're paying some $1,000 for this condo, and it's the split is more of 60-40, or I'm the 40. I'm the lower one that pays. I pay lesser than my partner. I try to budget 600 each week so that I make sure that I have enough. And you can see here the actual of how much I really paid for. And then I helped with the grocery. We tried a new diet, which is more protein, more meat. And we spent a little bit for that. And I felt like we shouldn't have, but for health reason, we wanted to try things out, what is best for us. And we enjoyed it. I love steak. He loved cooking steak. I love that I'm not cooking every day. I recommend this diet, but also I don't recommend spending this much. This is too much. Here, you can see that this part is color red. That means I spend more than what I budgeted, but it's fine. I help out with paying more bills at home, and we are trying something for our health. So I don't feel guilty about it. We could probably prepare more. And then for my wants, January, I was hoping not to spend a lot for shopping because I did shop for December. But I have a bunch of friends that I haven't seen, so I wanted to give something for them too. Just a little bit. 142. My budget was 100. I think I also bought a shirt. And then for the dine out, my budget was 40, 40 each bi-weekly. So that means 20 every week. And I only spent $52.40 for the whole month. That's great. I think the shopping and dine out compensated each other. So that's fine. And then I did not even spend anything for travel, adventure, and entertainment. I only put $40, which what am I gonna do with $40 now? Being just at home for the whole January, winter time, very cozy. That's great for me. And then coffee, as usual, $55 for coffee for the whole month. Uh, what can I do? Maybe I just adjust the budget for it. Padala, meaning I send money home. I didn't send anything January. I think I sent some in December, but I do like spoiling them sometimes, my family back home. Canva, something that I don't really need to pay for pro, but I love it and I support it. And the owner or the CEO is woman, so I go pro. I use it for my vlog too, and my finance stuff, and some help from my friends, some help from my organization that I am a board member of. So it's fine. Self care. I spent $64.98, which is $10 more than what I budgeted. It's okay. I need a new set of nails, and I don't really go a lot for self care anyway. Hobbies, spent nothing. Oh, I spent $36 for miscellaneous. I can't remember what that is, but it's $36. I'm not gonna guilt myself from that. You know what? This is such a privilege because the first year that I try and track my expenses, I was like, fuck, I spent $10 for this. Why did I spend $8 more for coffee? Like that's how my brain works because literally every dollar counts. I mean, even now, every dollar counts, but I don't overthink that much anymore. It's not like, okay, I spent $8 more, I'm gonna be fucked next week. So it's not like that anymore. And I'm just grateful that I took a chance, that I did something different for myself. I hope you do too. And then Apple, I started paying Apple iCloud last month, so I added that here. So how did I get all these numbers? Because on this side, this is your daily expense. So every time I spend something, I put it here in this part. And then it calculated everything here. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I know. Okay, and then I just have some charts here, some pie graphs to show the expense breakdown. Obviously, I put a weird date here, so the line went back. But this is how it looks. I like looking at it because it shows me if I spend more during the first week, middle of the week, whatever. And then I know where to do a no spend week or a low spend week. Anyway, on this part is my saving and investment. PH vacation fund. I have $150 goal here. I did add $150 in my fund, PH fund. This is not really like a huge goal for myself, but I'm able to add 150, so I'm actually happy about that. Emergency, I added 550. Wealth Simple, TFSA, I had 120, which is literally close to my quarter goal already. For my birthday, for the first and fourth month, trying to save up so that I never celebrated my birthday that much in the last few years. Like pizza, that's it. So I wanted to do something a little bit special for myself and for the people around me who stick around. And then tax, because I already filed my tax. My tax, I did not expect it. Anyway, for Christmas, I added 100, which is cool. DFSA seg funds. And then I don't have a segregated funds yet, and RRSP. I don't know if I'm even gonna open an RRSP this year, but I feel like I have. And then this is just the charts that will help me compare things out. Look at my emergency fund. I put more. Here's for my debt. So I have credit card debt, as I mentioned, and JAM. He's a friend that helped me out when I needed money. The paid like 1,200 in my credit card then, and my heart is happy. And I remember in January too, I was able to take the courage to call the bank and ask for lower rates for my credit card insurance, and they were able to half the amount of the insurance. So that also helped out on my February part, because then all of my most of the money that I put in there did not go to interest and the insurance. I just put it all, most of it, into owing itself. Okay, and this one. This is a good place to see if you're in a good. This is the total amount of where my money went, and then unallocated income, meaning I have $794.24 that I haven't allocated anywhere else. I try not to. I try to have at least $300 in my checkings account left every month, because like some random expenses came up and I don't want my bank account to be zero. I don't want to have fees, so it's always good to have at least 300, 400, or whatever, depends on you, um, in my checkings account. Hi, puppy. Hi. February 2025. Alright, so this is how my normal money looks like in 2 paychecks period, okay? So about 4,200 after tax. And then government gave me $229. Look at that. I earned $50 in finance, and that's where my money came from. And I have almost $4,500 income. On. So for my expenses here, as you can see, I have 1,400 for my rent, and then for the grocery, we spent 730, lesser than last month because we were able to get some 50% discount from our protein purchases. Utility, for some reason, January, February, March, always winter time, our utility is always high up. And obviously carbon tax and all of those taxes that has been added, inflation, shit went up. Like, I remember paying 150 for January, and that was really big. But now I'm like paying 200. It's fuck. So I paid $210 for my utility. Phone bill, $100. Yeah, so it looks like I spent again more than what I budgeted. I really need to make sure to use this data for my next months so that I won't short budgeted myself, because that's not good. Guys, do not change this part, because this part is where it's all calculated from this part. So never touch this part. Okay, just the budget part. Life insurance, fitness, $63 for my tithes and donation. Oh, yeah. I joined a run for women, and it's 63.21 the donation that you can give to them. So that's the one. I might add more in the next couple of weeks. Well, let's see how our money goes. I wanted to add more, but we'll see. So yeah, I spend more than what I budgeted. Yeah, it's just a couple of $100. It's not that big. It's like 200-300. It's fine. What I don't like is spending more than what I budgeted in my wants portion, because that means I did not make sure that I held myself accountable for all my wants expenses. It's only wants. Like, I couldn't live without this, right? So for my shopping, I obviously spent more than what I need, like more than literally what I budgeted. 150. I only budgeted $50 for the whole month. I can't even remember what I bought. This is a sign. You shouldn't. This is something I'm not proud of. I have to add. Okay, for dine out, once again, I spent so much more than what I budgeted. But February, I have my friend's birthday, and Valentine's Day. So I I did that. I did not budget enough for this. Travel. Oh, I remember now. I remember now. So we went to Ottawa on February, and I did not expect the expenses. That's basically. I did not spend a lot. As you can see, it's only $846 for my wants. Um, but I did not expect the how much everything is. All right, there we go. That's why. That is why. I was like, why did I spend that much in my shopping? I did not ever spend that much. So I put my bus pass under shopping instead of transportation. Fuck me. I still spend more than what I wanted to. This is why budgeting, you can't just restrict yourself. You can't really put yourself down because things change. Like even though you plan so much, there's still things that you won't expect that will come up. Like $300, I thought that's gonna be okay for traveling to Ottawa, but it's not enough. And then I did not put enough money in my PH vacation fund, but that's okay. Again, that's not my priority. I was able to add 250 in my emergency fund and $100 in my TFSA and $100 for my birthday. And yeah, isn't that cool? I did not put 1,000 in my credit card. I only add 959.08. I probably did put 1,000 and then use my credit card, so I have to subtract it. I did not put anything in my job. Remember, I told you guys that my monthly goal for my credit card is 800 for the whole year. But I tried to put, however, I tried to set my mind to put more than 800 every month in that so that I could pay my credit card debt faster. 70% goes to my expenses. This is more real. Okay. Next is I have 596.75. If there's no negative, that means I add negative. I spent more than what I earned. Is that means because it's not negative. So for this one, I have 596. That's I spent more than what I receive. But remember, I have 700 unallocated during January. This is where I took that out. Okay, so for this one, I earned 4,400. I usually don't touch. I never touch the $30 coming from multiple. It's just reinvested. It's not a lot. And then other gig $30. Can't remember what this other gig is. Oh yeah, I partnered with a RCIC professional, and every time someone reached out to her, book with her, she gave me $30 or $20. Okay, so my rent, I paid 1,600. Again, way more than my half, but that's fine, and way more than my last few months, but that's fine. And this month was a little bit tougher because of the layoffs, but it's fine. I've prepared for it. I have an emergency fund. I use that up. And then for our grocery, we're like, bitch, this is expensive. Again, that's fine. I've prepared for it. And then it's basically kind of the same thing as my last time for these needs. And then for my wants, once again, I spent $14 more for my shopping, which is fine. Dine out, I spent so much more because it was my friend's birthday. I did not pack enough lunch. There's so much thing going on March. I went to a gala awards. We had a team meeting, then we had a team lunch after that. All of things that I did not expect that I'm gonna spend. I kept on saying this. I should be better on planning by next month. Like, this is the average now that I spend for my dining out. Um, but we'll see. I don't want to spend more than what I can save. You know, you know, like I could have just prepared more lunch. I could have just bought more grocery, and that will be much lesser expenses. Okay, so some parts of my recording was not recorded in this microphone because it turned off, and I did not realize it was turned off. So I am so sorry. For this month, I did not spend more than what I anticipated for the whole budget for my wants part. So that's out. However, in my savings and investment, as you can see here in my emergency fund, I did not add anything. I subtracted $700 from it. So that means I touched on the emergency fund that I saved up last year, and it's $700, which again is fine because I needed it. We needed it. And that's why I saved up for emergency funds for the time that I am going to need it. Here, I know that um, I'm gonna have to pay more for the bills for the groceries, so I only plan to pay $800 in my credit card. And again, I try to be consistent, 800 or more. So I'm really happy that I'm able to add 800 for that. Okay, so obviously I spend in my expenses more than the usual for this one, and I'm really proud of myself because I have $2 left. um, and like if last year, if you know me last year, if I share my experience to you last year, March, I was fucked. I have probably every month is negative $1,000. That's how fucked I was, and that's why my credit card debt went up. Especially 2023 is the way worse. 2024 is a little bit better, like probably 500, negative 500. 2023, negative 1,000 every month. Like it's really hard, and I'm really glad that I shift my mindset and advocate for myself and move to a different job, which was really helpful for me, finances and career growth too. So that is my January, February, March. It's so long, this kind of thing. I've already recorded 57 minutes. But that's okay. Did I hit my goal? I hit my goal when it comes to paying consistent debt. I did not hit my savings goal for my TFSA, unfortunately. And I also did not add 1 month of emergency fund. One month worth of emergency fund. But I'm not gonna beat myself up for it because all of this, I literally couldn't have any goal to add on to pay all my debt 2023. And now I'm able to do it. So I'm really grateful. And I've even paid more than 800 for the 2 months, January, February. That's awesome. I'm really proud of that. For the next month, my goal is once again pay off at least $800 for my debt every month. Move the 1 month emergency fund goal to the second quarter. And again, save $350 in my TFSA. Hi everyone, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this whole ass video. I hope you learned something about it, and let me know if you want quarterly or you want just monthly because it's so long. Let me know if you like this kind of content. Let me know if like how can I change things up for you? How can I make this content much more engaging for you? And what are things you want to know about me, about my finances, about why did I do this? So yeah, comment that in the comment section below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.